Y'all, Kanye West popped up at court to support Diddy.
How long was he there? It seems like he was only there about 7 minutes.
It was real quick, but it was okay. So the last time we talked about this in here, I told y'all that they had told me that he was in contact with Christian, so AKA he was going to try again. He literally came, it was probably for all of 10 to 15 minutes altogether. He couldn't get into the main courtroom and to sit with the family.
He was in the overflow room with you.
They were trying to put him in the overflow room, but it was just causing too much mayhem. Like we were in, so there's 2 overflow floors. We were in one of the overflow floors, and someone had came up and said, hey, Kanye West is here. He's trying to get into court. I assumed that they were just going to figure it out because it's Kanye West. Obviously, he's here to support Diddy, so he wants to sit with the family. He had met Christian when he got there. But I don't know if it was, there's either 2 things. There's a family list that's like a pre-set list.
Right.
Also, they only have a certain number of people that you can have in that main courtroom. Between one of those 2 things, he was not able to go in that room, so they were going to put him in his own overflow room. But it was causing too much chaos, even inside the court. Like, the journalists from different outlets, floor to floor to floor, trying to find him.
I seen them running around the courthouse, running up and down just to get a picture.
Oh my God. It was to the point where I literally was asking the security inside. They on the phones. They trying to figure it out. I'm like, what y'all gonna do? Y'all can't put Kanye West in an overflow room. Like, there's no way. But yeah, he showed up to support Diddy by himself too. He was there by himself. He came. He had like a personal security guard. When I was on my way out and I saw him with Christian and one of the like handlers for the family, trying to, I guess, still figure it out and just trying to get him away from the media to get him to his car. I
mean, as the defense is starting to take his case, I think it's pretty smart to try to get as many celebrities as there is possible to show that people are supporting Diddy, to show people are still with him. I think that's smart. I think it's a smart thing because if the jurors are there and they're seeing these celebrities, it might, you know.
See, but that was a conversation last week in the courtroom, so we think.
Right.
So there have been rumors around the court that when it was first mentioned that he might pop up, that they were saying they didn't want to
have like the wrong celebrities though. Like you gotta have some
the wrong celebrity,
great credibility. Like you can't have people popping up. And they know, they going through their own situation. They always in the media for some crazy ish. Like, you can't have nobody popping up like that.
But people still love Ye, though. Even though he does his ups and downs, they still support his crazy ass.
It was insane, y'all. I ain't never seen nothing like that. Like, it was literally people running up and down. They would have walked down 23 floors to get to Kanye if they knew they had an interview at the end of it. But talking about Diddy, so he is asking for a mistrial again. So another thing that was happening in the court while all the Kanye mess was going on was that there's one of the jurors, it's Juror 6. The judge wants to dismiss this juror, but the judge is saying he'll consider not dismissing him actually today. Now, the issue is that they ask you all these questions before you get on that jury stand and you know, they ask you where you live, who you live with. They just trying to see if you can answer questions honestly and if you can take instruction. So he was, I guess, having conversation with some of the jurors' staff and mentioned that he moved, that he no longer lives in the Bronx, that he now lives in Jersey. He told the court he lived in the Bronx with his kid's mom and his kid. So now that's a red flag for the judge. They're like, yo, what's going on? Like, how is everything so inconsistent? Are you able to actually answer questions honestly? Diddy's team is like, whoa, wait. He's black. We need him. Like, we need as many black jurors as we can.
He's from the Bronx. Yeah, we need him.
Bro, his profile is like, listens to 90s hip hop.
Oh, yeah, we need him.
They need him. So they fighting hard. In court, the judge asked Diddy, like, you know, if we allow this juror to stay on and something goes wrong because he's flip-flopping, he's not consistent, and we see the issue, are you willing to waive your right to appeal because of that juror? And Diddy said yes. But now that the judge is considering dismissing him, Diddy's like, okay, if you dismiss him, I want a mistrial because it's not fair. We don't have enough diversity on this juror pool, which the judge is not going to like. He made a big point on Friday when we were in court to say, this is a very diverse jury. Let's not even start that conversation. And to give y'all the breakdown, so y'all know it's 12 jurors. 4 of them are white, 8 are not. And the reports are that 5 of the jurors are black. 5 of the 8 are black.
Yeah, Diddy's like, we can't lose this one. Nope. He's from he knows 90s hip hop. He's from the Bronx, close to where I'm from. Nope, we're not using this one. Nope, we're not losing this one.
Jess, who's the celebrity that need to show up that makes sense for Diddy though? Like, that's a good situation if he shows up, because influence is a thing on the jurors.
Mary J. Blige.
Mary J. Blige would be a good one.
Yeah.
I think one of the pastors that messed with Diddy.
TD Jakes ain't going in there.
That would be a great one.
No, not happening.
That would be a great one, but I think he's going to stay away from that. I don't think we can have like a Kirk Franklin.
Kirk Franklin would be another good one.
Probably, you know, he'd be a good one.
J-Lo.
Faith Evans.
J-Lo would be a good one.
J-Lo.
You
J-Lo ain't
smoking
gonna
that
do
crack
though.
pipe Diddy was talking about. If you ever think J-Lo is going...
I ain't say none of them was going to pop up. I just tell you who's
J-Lo is crazy if you thought she was even...
Drake.
Yeah.
You just asking. I'm just throwing them out there.
Drake? I don't know.
You got to tell me about Justin Bieber before we got to go right fast.
Yeah, so can we bring it in next hour because there's good audio that I don't want to waste. But Justin Bieber, people have been thinking that he's been having some sort of like meltdown or something's going on behind the scenes.
He's definitely going through something, yo. Really, like he's going through something for sure.
Yes, but we got audio of him going off on paparazzi and then some text after Father's Day. So we're going to talk about what we think he's going through in the next hour.
All right, and everybody else, Charlamagne is out today, so if you want to give somebody Donkey today, 800-585-1051. Whoever you want to give Donkey today to, call us up right now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Wake that ass up early in the morning. The Breakfast Club.